I would ask, good morning, I would ask everyone to hold your applause. So, NAVAIR, my name is Shelby Butler, and I'm the NAVAIR Director for the Office of Small Business Programs. And I'm going to tell you a few things about what we purchased. And I guess are we holding for questions at the end or during?
Probably at the end is better.
All right, so we'll hold for questions. And I have 20 minutes, right?
No, 5.
All right. So NAVAIR, Syscom is represented there. You'll see in our emblem there, blue signifies Navy and red for Marine Corps. So our role in Navy aviation, and oh, by the way, I want to make sure that you guys know that I'll be speaking in a lot more detail about what we buy tomorrow at 1:15, 13:15 for some of you here. That's tomorrow, and the NAVAIR location, the booth is 2327. So I want to make sure that's out up front, 2327. Any detailed questions? We'll be there at 13:15 tomorrow, but come by anytime today. We'll see you guys. So that's our role in naval aviation. I'm not going to read charts to you guys. Just take a look there. This is just a snapshot of where we are and how large all we cover. NAVAIR as a whole. You see there, 27, almost 28,000 civilians, 10,000 contractors. It's a very big organization. So there's a lot of things that we buy. But let's get to that. Again, some command locations. Mainly out west, you'll see China Lake, Knock WD, and Point Magoo, and then on the East Coast, Orlando, Knock TSD. We're out right here, headquartered, Pax River, and of course, Lakehurst in New Jersey. All right, so what are we spending? We spent last year just over 1.8 billion in small business alone. That's a lot of money. So I know you guys are interested in how you get a slice of that pie. I would just like a little bit of that pie, but I'm a government employee. So anyway, here's how some of that money is distributed. And this is essentially our top NACE codes. And you can see, this is naval aviation, so let's just think about it. When we buy aircraft, we maintain aircraft. So aircraft manufacturing is by far our largest, and it dwarfs the other NACE codes by an order of magnitude. So we really want to steer small businesses to take a cut into that aircraft manufacturing and looking at getting a portion of what's going on there, and we can delve into that in more detail later when when you guys come by the booth or catch me later. But that's where we really want to build our small business opportunities. And I will also tell you, engineering service, we have really pushed a lot of that to small businesses, and you can only get so much blood from a turnover. Last I checked, I haven't been able to get any. So that's going to be a highly competitive area for small businesses. We just had our PMCSS MAC, the RFP that was out in December, and that's still in evaluation. But I'll tell you, we are really pushing a lot to small businesses and engineering services. So this is where we size up. Oh, I missed my last chart. Okay. Anyway, my last chart had small businesses and exactly how we spend in small businesses. But again, I'll speak to that chart tomorrow, and we can chat some more. Then if you have any questions, write them down. We'll pick them up at the end of the panel. And that's all I have for now. Next up is Bianca Henderson of NAVFAC.
morning. My name is Bianca Henderson. I am the Associate Director for Small Business for the Naval Facilities and Engineering Command, better known as NAVFAC. NAVFAC is a expeditionary systems command that plans, designs, builds, and maintains sustainable facilities. We deliver environmental, utilities, and other base services. And here you can see our vision. NAVFAC is very committed to small business utilization, and last year we awarded $3 billion in small businesses, which came up to exceeded 17,000 small business contract awards. And you can see our vision. And this is a little bit the way we are structured, our business lines, our support lines, and some of the things we purchase in our business lines with public works, facility sustainment, utility and energy management, base operation and maintenance, and facility services. Asset management business line, we procure the types of services we procure: real estate, land and installation planning, facilities planning, encroachment, facilities integration, logistics support, and real property and acquisition. For expeditionary, we have civil engineering, support equipment, logistics over the shore systems, construction equipment and training, expeditionary IT systems, and organizational clothing. For capital improvement, we have construction services, A&E services, design in-house, specialized technical services, and ocean engineering. And our final business line for environmental, we procure environmental planning, NEPA, environmental compliance and conservation, environmental restoration, and sustainable solid waste management. And these are all how we're broken into regions, NAVFAC, and we have about 15 small business professionals across the regions that's willing to, to provide any type of support and answer any questions. We don't have a booth here today. However, this is my contact information. You can reach me and I can get you in contact with one of our small business professionals, or I can assist you. And you can also go look for opportunities on the NAVFAC portal on our website. Thank you. Next up, okay. NASA.
Good morning. Morning. Booth 1205. I hope to see you all there. So the Naval Supply Systems Command, when I first came to headquarters, I thought, oh, I know what we buy. I found out, no, we buy just about everything. Nav Air, they're about aviation. NAVFAC, their facilities. NavSup's all over the place. So that's what I'm going to show you this morning. And where's the clicker? Here's the clicker. We are all over the place in location too. So there's a NavSup facility somewhere that we are trying to support the fleet almost anywhere across the globe. And I'll talk about some of the major component groups at the bottom there as we go along. Who we are and what we do. So NavSup support, logistics support, quality of life support. So the things there, we might be the program office, we might be the procuring office, we might be both. For example, we have a fuels program, but we don't buy fuel. And we support the postal services, but I'm not paying people to deliver the mail. So sometimes we're on the support end, sometimes we're on the procurement end. Nuclear propulsion, both. We help NAVSEA with the Navy nuclear program, but we also have a procurement division there. I also want to highlight our SBIR folks. Down at booth 1205 today, you can see how we're using RFID technology to do asset tracking and inventory analysis. And if that's your cup of tea, you want to talk to Hal Casey. Hal is out of Norfolk, and he's been working with our innovation section. Also, last year, if you were here, we had this mannequin on display, and it had a uniform on it. And I looked at it and thought, what does this do? It bursts into flame. So we're using that to try and get better uniforms for our soldiers and sailors for their safety. So those are two of the SBIR products. If you said to me, oh, do you guys buy uniforms? No, that's DLA Troop Support. but yet we're involved through SBIR in developing safer things working with Natick out of Massachusetts. So NASUP's all over the place, but in a really good way. I love this slide because it shows our span of influence. It's certainly focused on our warfighter at the forefront. At the same time, we're working with SECNAV, we're working with CNIC, our customers that don't have contracting officers. We work with GSA, DLA, and with our commercial partners. So the commercial partners are part of that span of influence. And we rely on you, whether a prime or a subcontractor, depending on where the opportunities are. You are a big part of that overall warfighter support. So a little bit about some of our major contracting areas. We have our fleet logistics centers, and I'll give you more on that as we go on. And we also have our weapons systems support. So fleet logistics centers, think commercial products and services. Weapons system support is just that, weapons parts, whether it's to support aircraft and helicopters out of WSS in Philly, or ships and submarines out of Mechanicsburg. And we don't spend nearly as much as some of these other systems commands, but about 25% of what we do overall does go to small businesses, so it's a huge factor for us. We also give contract authority to the Navy Medical Logistics Command. So if you're interested in physician staffing services or something in the healthcare administrative area, then you would want to talk to Navy Medical Logistics Command in Frederick, Maryland. And then underneath them are Navy Medicine East and West, and they support the pharmaceutical supplies in the Navy hospitals. And even further, we have some small offices that we give contract authority to. We have someone from the Naval Postgraduate School here today, from Wave 10, and they are doing things with small business for training and education. We support the Naval War College in Newport, Rhode Island. Naval Oceanographic Office. So if sonobuoys are your thing, or something to do with Naval Oceanographic, we can give you a point of contact for that, as well as, Naval Criminal Investigative Services. So booth 1205, you want to get one of these, and it has on the inside all of our major small business points of contact. And it tells you a little bit about them, and it'll give you an idea of who you want to talk to. So back to fleet logistics centers. They're pinned here, and it gives you just a little glimpse of the typical things that I will see coming out of there. My office itself, we don't issue contracts, but I oversee the different buying commands that are located around the country. And then there's our WSS folks in Mechanicsburg, ships and submarines. So if you manufacture ball valves, seat assemblies, the parts that are used on submarines, we definitely want to hear from you. For Philadelphia, the aviation side, anything to support the aircraft and the helicopters as far as sustainment and repair parts. Lots of times we don't have tech data. So if you've made something for the Air Force and you think the Navy uses it too, you want to get one of these cards at our booth. This will tell you how to make contact with our source development office. We have a very active source development office who they can help you. Maybe your company made this 20 years ago. They can help you find out, do we still need it, do we use it, and how do we get you added as an approved source for that. Finally, we are looking to get the right material at the right time for our warfighter. So I hope to see you all at booth 1205 sometime today, and thank you for your time. Up next, AJ.
Good morning, everyone. I didn't prepare a formal presentation because I wanted to leave some time at the end for your questions, but I would encourage you to visit us at booth 2705 today if you want to learn more about doing business with the Marine Corps. For those of you who may not have the time or the opportunity to come by, I did bring some of our brochures with me. We have a brochure entitled Doing Business with the Marine Corps, and we also have a pamphlet here that has all of our programs listed and what they buy in particular. So I have those available for you. But one of the things I would share with you very briefly is since the mid-2000s, our budget has resumed some normalcy. We do about $1.8 billion a year, which is what Shelby's command basically does in small business. So we're a smaller command, but at the same time, we like to say in the Marine Corps, we count every dollar and we make every dollar count. And so we buy everything that the Marine Corps uses with the exception of aircraft, which is NAV Air, and our littoral combat ships, which is procured through NAV Sea. When I say everything, we're basically talking about vehicles, weaponry, things of that nature. In fact, today, if you can come by booth 2705, you'll get a chance to actually fire the infantry assault rifle that we have here with us at the show. So I would definitely encourage you to come by and actually get a chance to fire what our young Marines are actually using out in theater right now. You see our website up there. I would encourage you, if you're interested in marketing to the Marine Corps, to go out and visit that. We just revamped it. My goal is by tax time, April 17th, to have a forecast up for the remainder of FY18. You all know we just received a bucket load of money as of March 23rd. And up until this point, we've spent about $600 million. And if you think about that, if we typically do about $1.8 billion a year, we still have about $1.2 billion to spend between now and September 30th. So I would definitely encourage you, if you would like to do business with the Marine Corps, specifically Marine Corps Systems Command, to go out and visit our website, learn as much about the command as you can, and then contact me if you want to meet with one of our program managers. We have about 2,500 employees. About 1,500 are located at Marine Corps Base Quantico, and our program manager for training systems is down in Orlando, Florida. We have our Marine Corps Tactical Systems Support activity out at Camp Pendleton, California. And then our light armored vehicles are co-located at the Tank Automotive Command up in Warren, Michigan. So we're kind of widely dispersed around the country as well. But the primary point of entry, and I have to reiterate this a lot, the primary point of entry for doing business with the Marine Corps Systems Command is right there at Quantico, my office. Because I'll tell you, I get a lot of calls from PMs where small businesses or any business have cold called them, and all they're going to do is refer you back to me. So if you want to do business with the Marine Corps, contact me first. If you go out to our website, there's a Contact Us tab. If you click on that, it's going to open up a contact card. You fill that out. It tells me everything about your company. And in the remarks or comments column, if you know that there's an RFI or something out there that you would like to respond to that you're interested in, put that into contacts, and I'll contact you immediately. But I would just encourage you, for those of you who are interested in doing business with us, to either get with me after this program or visit me at booth 2705. I'll be there all afternoon today and tomorrow as well. Thank you.
Hello, I'm May Matthew. I'm representing the United States Marine Corps Installation and Logistics Branch. AJ supports Systems Command. They are able to obligate research and development funds. Installation and Logistics Command does not. I specifically use operations and maintenance funding only. That's the major difference between them and us. I'm also on Quantico with AJ. I support the installation, so I am Marine Corps Base Quantico specific. We are in direct line with the Navy and Marine Corps Acquisition Regulation Supplement to procure installation and logistics services. As I said, I'm from Marine Corps Base Quantico, so I buy it for Quantico only. There are about 17 to 20 locations that do exactly what I do. They support their command specific, okay? The Deputy Commandant for Installation and Logistics acts on behalf of the Commandant, but my office buys and supports the Commandant. And as you know, it's the Marine Corps Band, and this year alone, we bought 923 pairs of white pants. Okay? So I wanted to give you an example. The Commandant's office and the deputy put the policies in place for logistics and for the management, and they channel it down through to us. We support the organizations that sit on Quantico proper. I'm going to get into some of those specifics in the future slides, but we do support the Marines proper, and I get to see them every day in their parade, and they run exercise right outside the office, so if you get a chance to come to the Marine Corps Base Quantico, it is truly the crossroads of the Marine Corps. It truly is. We are located at each of those locations. As you see, I'm on the East Coast, and the O dropped down, but I didn't do the slides. So if you have any specific questions for Quantico, if you actually Google it, you can actually get into the regional contracting office, and you can do that for each of our locations and get to the specifics there. I maintain a list of current actions, which I'm going to speak to some at the end, specifically that we have currently open. Headquarters Marine Corps does not run a contracting office. The Marine Corps Installation Command just stood up a contracting office this year, and they will be administering some of our larger contracts. And one that is the largest is for the recruiting of our Marines, and that is an IDIQ, and it is for the advertising nationwide, radio, television, magazines, billboards, all of it. As you see on the numbers, headquarters obligates about $290 million a year. The National Capital Region does 294. I'm one of 3 Marine Corps offices in the National Capital Region. Those numbers do not reflect the Systems Command. That is important to know. The regional contracting offices obligate about $1.1 billion over the course of a year. Of that, $361 million go to small businesses. My office obligates over 30% of our dollars to small businesses. I'm going to let this sit for just a moment, and I'm going to talk to you specifically about the top 2 or 3. In the 541611 NASIX code, we currently have 3 requirements, literally. They're not on the street now, they will be within the next 2 to 4 weeks. One is for operational analysis. It is in support of the Combat Development Command. We have a Marine Corps Lessons Learned office, and they have analytical and liaison services. The Warfighting Lab, the Futures Directorate specific, has a Center for Emerging Threats and Opportunities. I held an industry day for that back in October. For any of you that are still monitoring it, feel free to send me an email and I'll tell you the latest status. When it comes to the engineering support services, the Combat Development Directorate, Professional Support Services, they posted something about a week ago, to put your questions and answers out there, which was highly contentious, we'll leave it at that. And that is finally closed, so the RFP is in the evaluation phase, for those of you that may be interested. The Combat Development Command also has an operational architectural support, and that is an 8A requirement, and it will stay in that 8A program. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brenda Pickett. And I'm with the Office of Naval Research Small Business Office. Okay, here we go. And